Hello, Brooks. Do you hear a lot? Do you hear noise? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I hear a lot of noise. Can you speak? I can't hear you. Go out and come back in. Oh my God. What is happening? Hold on, guys. Let me see. A lot of static on your end, and I can't hear you. Still trying to figure it out. Hey guys, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to Brooks. It's on his end. I'm blaming him and his end. I can't hear you either. I can't hear you. Welcome to Bedroom Noise. I'm going to try to see if we can get Brooks' life together. And once he gets his life together, then we'll come back up here and start. So we'll give him at least like maybe 3 minutes, everyone. I appreciate your patience. Tonight is going to be an amazing night. I have a few announcements I want to share with everyone before we get started, but I want to give him a little bit more time to get himself together. I appreciate all of you for coming in tonight, and I'm excited about tonight. So give us a little bit more time. He's going to go in and then come back out. But while he's doing that, I'll just go ahead and talk to you, chat with you a little bit. So I have some amazing things that's going to be happening soon here. The first thing is, hold on, he wants to be let back up here. Let's see if he's working. Are you working? There's not a lot of noise in the background, so that's great because that was driving me crazy. But I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on with your. So figure it out and let me know, Mr. Sir. But he's trying to figure that out. I'm going to just talk about a few announcements or share a few things with you. Don't do that. Something about when you turn that on, you just hear a lot of noise, but we can't hear you, but we hear a lot of noise. So, do you want me to send you a link a different way, or you can maybe text me because I can't hear you? But I'm just going to share with I'm going to share that I have some exciting things happening. I have a big event that I want to pull off, and with the help of you, hopefully we can do this. I have when I speak of this childhood game, I get so excited. I get so excited. And so just today at work, no, last night actually, I was on the phone and I said, I brought that the topic came up about kickball. That's the game, the childhood game I'm speaking of. Kickball came up and I got so excited and I said, maybe I should do it like an adult kickball game. And the person I was speaking to said, yeah, you should. And so I was like, you know what? Yeah, I am. And so I decided today, I put it out on Facebook, and I have decided that I am going to organize a co-ed adult kickball game where we come together and we play kickball just for one day soon here. If there's any organizations or agencies that are interested in jumping on, getting your folks out, to enjoy life and not enjoy life. I shouldn't say that because we're all enjoying life, but if we want to get active, you need to get active, So it's just going to put it out there for everyone. I'll have more information coming out. If you can't kick a ball, that's fine. We need referees, we need coaches, we need assistant coaches, we need cheerleaders, we need people in the bleachers to cheer us on. So I'm pretty sure we can find some area for you to participate or and feel included because we all want to feel included, right? So hopefully soon you will get some information about that and just come on. I'm gonna try to keep it a free. I don't mind taking the expense on. I just want us to have fun. Anybody that knows me, I'm all about trying to get people together. I've always done this. I've always gathered people together and tried to have fun. So I want to do that. So kickball game coming soon. We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna have a food truck. I don't know about the alcohol because I'm not trying to be liable for anything, but if you grown, you know how to come to the park and do what you need to do and bring what you need to bring. But if I can get a permit, I will have that as well. But I just want to have a day of fun for us to get out and work our muscles. There's some people haven't worked muscles since high school, so they want to get out and work some muscles and things like that. So that's coming. The other exciting thing that's going to be happening with Bedroom Noise is that I'm going to have some amazing women, some grown and sexy women that's going to join me. It's going to be a Friday night. The dates, next, if it's not in 2 weeks, it's going to be in the next 3 weeks. We're going to have about 5 or 6 grown and sexy ladies here. We're going to have a nightcap night where we're going to talk to all, which is going to be here enjoying a nightcap. We're going to be in our PJs, whatever your PJ is. That's what we're going to be in. And we're going to be talking about our pet peeves dealing with men. Going to probably have a male co-host up here, just not to debate us. That's not what this is about. This is for us to learn to listen, for just to receive it and hear it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have the males. I'll be the female up here, and I'll have 4 or 5 men up here where we're going to actually have them come in their PJs. If that's a wife beater or whatever that looks like for you, going to have you come up here, and you're going to tell us what your pet peeves, what you don't like. You want to come home and you don't want to hear our mouths for at least an hour. You're going to let us know that, things like that. So we're going to be doing that soon. And next week I'll be traveling, but I still want to come on. So next week I'll be traveling, but I still want to come on. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to explore how my childhood affected how I showed up in relationships, whether those are intimate relationships or just different kind of relationships. So I'm going to get undressed, and I'm going to put it on a table for you guys to really know who I am, where I come from, and maybe why I move and do what I do and things like that. So those are the things that are coming up soon in the next next couple of weeks leading into the next month or so. So I hope you come back. I hope you join me for those events. The more hot and spicy topic, we may move that on a Friday night, but I will let you know. And it'll be moved to a Friday night at 9 p.m. so we can have a cocktail for the ones who want to. And that we can also have it where we are in our PJs, however that looks for us as well. So come on back. Let me see if I can let this man in. Let me see. I think he's ready to be let in. Hope you don't have all that noise. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. It's going to be suck if you can't come on. You know what you can do if you're not on Facebook? If you're on Facebook, you can maybe be added that way. I don't know. Maybe it's just your computer. So maybe that wouldn't work either. How about you text me? Because I can't hear you. Okay, you said send you a new link. Okay, I'm going to send you the new link. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll send that to you. Give us a minute. I'm going to try to help out my co-host this week. Things happen like this. So let's just be I'm gonna be a little patient here. Hold on. Okay. Let me send it to you, Mr. Brooks. Um, paste. Let me see. Sorry, friends. Sorry, friends. I tell you, each week it's always another issue, but we're gonna figure it out. Okay. Okay, so he's going to try to figure that out. Until then, I also know my cousin Reggie was going to possibly join tonight. So if he's on, Reggie, go ahead and let me know, and then I can send you a link, and we can still have that male and female energy that I love to have here, or what have you. So we'll give Brooks about 2 more minutes before we kick him off, before he gets to go bye bye. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to him, but we do need to get started. I wanted to explore this. Okay. So yeah, so hopefully you join us in the next couple of weeks where we're going to do all those fun things. That should be coming pretty soon here. Um, you know what? I'm going to invite him up and see if that works that way. Let me see if I can do that. I appreciate your patience, you guys. I really want to keep it the male and the female energy, but so also, if you're in the chat, or if you're here, if you could put some pink bows in the chat and let me know that you're here, that would be great. I'd love to see who's here. Um, so if you can do that, that would be great. I'm just going to give him a few more seconds here. I don't know why he didn't test this before. Jesus. But yes. Tonight's topic, I was hoping to explore, why do men keep women around if they don't see a future? So, and I know he has a lot to say on that topic. And him being the male, I really wanted him to be a part of it, to tell us. But if there's any other men here that wants to jump on stage, you are more than welcome to do that as well. And we'll just have some threesome and foursomes tonight if Brooke can get it, if he can get it back. Oops. Let me just say hello to a few people. Hello, Ivy, Big Time, William, Victor. Hello, you guys. Fode, you might have to jump on with me. Or, oh, actually, I have SBGB TV on here as well. So I may need some help, guys. If you're comfortable, I know you may not. I'm pretty sure you can. You have enough information that you can just jump on in. Again, I don't rehearse anyway, so it'll just be a conversation that we're having on here. But I want to get started pretty soon here. So if you guys are, I think you can do something in the chat to let me know that you want to come up, and I will love to. Hey, Nicole. Nicole, I want you on that women's panel, the ladies, the grown and sexy panel that's coming up soon. I don't know if you heard me speak about it, but I would love for you to come up on that with us as well in a few weeks. So I'll be in touch with you. Let me see. Deezy, you want to come up? All right. I'm ready to come up. Okay, Reggie, let me send you the link, okay, you guys. I do apologize. I thank you for being patient with me. I'm going to get my cousin up here. Give me a second. And then we'll get Brooks back. Oh, let me see if Brooks is up. Okay. Let me see. I think he's up here. Let's cross our fingers. Brooks?
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, all right, there we go.
How are you?
I'm doing all right, and you?
I'm good. Don't worry about it. Things happen. You know, every day I'm struggling up here. So you don't worry
Live
about
as a
that.
tightrope.
What you say?
Live is always a tightrope.
It is. Okay, you doing okay today?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're here. We may bring some more. If you want to come up, just do something in the chat. Get my attention. I got the chat going too. Oops, I got the chat going. I think. Make sure I got the chat. Okay, I do got the chat. I'll send you the link in a second. But I want to get started because we're so behind here. I did some announcements. I don't know if you heard that, but I'll talk to you about that a little
Okay.
later. Um, but I want to welcome to Bedroom Noise, a grown and sexy, intimate relationship chatter podcast with your very own Jameka Necole, and this week, Brooks. Let's get undressed together and let's talk about it. I I hear the feedback. Are you there still?
So, can you hear me?
Yeah,
God.
I can hear
When
you.
people call, okay, when people call, it changes the whole dynamic for some unknown
It
reason.
does. You're supposed to
I
put no
have,
disturb or whatever. Okay, so let's get undressed together and let's chat about it. Undress simply means to be emotionally vulnerable, completely exposed, dropping your guard and stripping of your defenses. The goal of Bedroom Noise is to restore, repair, rebuild, and reconnect love and relationships through active listening, emotional regulation, radical empathy, and curiosity over judgment. We will explore emotional intimacy, physical and sexual intimacy, and experimental and intellectual intimacy. Bedroom Noise is not a place where we have soft and dry conversations, nor are we just trying to figure things out over here. We are here to have wet and hard conversations with the goal to get it right. So if you would like to come up and share your opinion, your comments, or your advice, please let me know and I can bring you up as a threesome, foursome. Also, feel free to get busy in the chat. The chat is where it's at. The chat, you can cuss me out. You can say whatever you want to say. Just get busy in the chat. That's where it's at, to be honest. So feel free to do that. So, um, yes. So you want to just jump in on this topic? I know we talked to last week. Last week, I want to. Can you? I can't hear you.
I can hear you now.
Okay. 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 So
Somebody
last.
called for some unknown reason.
Oh, geez, you having all kind of problems over
Yeah,
there.
it is the night for it.
Come on. It's okay. We'll work it out. So last week we talked about money and sex. You remove sex from a relationship and you discover a large percentage of women would have anything to offer. You remove money from a relationship and you will learn the majority of women would not see a reason to stay in said relationship. And I don't want to go back too much on that, but I feel like I didn't do my due with the women. So we did have that conversation. What I want to add to that conversation that I didn't do, I don't think I did a really great job, is to say what we do offer outside of the sex. Okay, and maybe it was clear, I don't know, but it just was on my heart to say I didn't think I represented really well the women. So I think I know women bring emotional support and nurture. We also bring relationship guidance, so listening with an open heart, communicating with empathy. We also bring motivation, encouragement, like care and attention. We see those kind of things, companionship and bonding. So give the affection, the softness, all that, and then the female energy, the harmony, balance, and the warmth. And then we have the nurturing and care. We have the attentive of needs, empathy, listening, comfort, and support. So those are things we do bring. If you're dealing with, we didn't really go into what kind of woman we're talking about, and we didn't really talk about what kind of man. I think that will change how what qualities you're going to get from the different woman. Would you agree?
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah. So I felt like I didn't do the women the just last week, so I wanted to. I had to
So
recover.
I have a couple questions based on what you said.
Okay.
Um, okay. So you said a lot, but can you put it in plain terms as to how that plays out in a relationship exactly?
All the list that I did.
Yeah, like
Or is that
just really any of it. And there's a reason why I'm asking.
I don't really understand. The list that I said is just that's the list we're going to bring the emotional support. You guys say we're emotional, right? So as much, I mean, we may not need to be as emotional, but men probably need to have some emotions, which you guys really do. Sometimes people will say you're more emotional than females, but that's a whole nother topic probably. But we bring that part. So if you are lacking or you don't have that, we have that. The nurturing, because that's just, a lot of women, not all women. And we're speaking of majority when we speak. When I'm here speaking for the women and you're here speaking for the men. But the nurture part of it, the softness, not another, there's not a lot of men that's really soft around here. Maybe some are a little soft, but that's what the attentive to your needs. So sometimes we know what you need before you need it. Sometimes we know what you're going through before you're going through it. Sometimes, you have that, we motivate you, we encourage you. I mean, I'm not understanding the question. It seemed like it's kind of simple.
Well, so by and large, I've been having this conversation with females for a while now, maybe the last 2 weeks, and it's been an unscientific poll. And the question I ask is, if a man buys you dinner 9 times, would you think on your own to just buy him dinner the 10th time?
Yeah, he wouldn't even have to go 9 with me.
And almost every woman said no.
Oh yeah, no, he
And
wouldn't even have to.
and and they even asked why. Why would I think that? And I said, and they thought the man would get upset if they tried to purchase him dinner. And I said, well, why would that matter? And it ended up being a long conversation. The point I'm trying to make is, I don't think a lot of people, a lot of women realize what it's like to be a man, and how sometimes it can be very thankless and very lonely.
Mhm.
Um, and so I think when you say all those things, they sound great, they're platitudes, but in reality, men are just really, it seems like we're just expected to receive tasks, and our reward for accomplishing tasks is to receive more tasks. And so if you look at most relationships, the burden is on the man for almost everything. And if a woman says she's raising children or her place is in the home, well, if the stove breaks, then the man has to fix the stove. So I think it's kind of interesting. So when you say what someone brings, they have to bring something that's of value to that partner.
Yeah,
So
and the things that I named, that is a value. Those that adds to relationship. I think that not every woman has all of those, or even some of them, or maybe none of those. So I would really say who you talking to, who you
I,
dealing
I
with.
think it depends on,
Brooke,
on
every time you talk, it's like a static happens.
oh, okay. I don't see. It must be the link because this is the same link.
Yeah, every time that happens.
It's got to be the link because it's the same link. It was the same link on my computer, and I'm not even on my computer now.
I don't know.
So can you send another link?
Like I can't send a different one because then we would have to leave this link. But can you go on what you normally go on? What device do you normally go on?
That's what I was on before, and you
So
said that it
now it's
was.
not happening. It doesn't happen
Oh,
the whole
okay,
time. So if you can
okay.
stay
Well,
right
I don't.
there,
Okay. Well,
don't move.
so just saying. So we say a lot of things all the time, but it's in the implementation. Details matter. So with the females, I would like to know, how exactly do you practice those things? How do you nurture your man, your mate? How do you show empathy to your mate? Do you really know when he's hurting, or do you just know when you realize when someone actually tells you? How well do you know this person? And the reason why I'm asking is because with a divorce rate hovering around 50%, I'm sorry.
Does anyone else hear that, or is it just me? Can someone in the chat let me know? Ray, let me know. Do you hear any static, or is it just me? Because if you guys don't hear it, I can deal with it. But if you're hearing it, So can someone let me know in the chat, please?
Yeah, I don't want you to have terrible audio either. So that's terrible. How is that? Is that okay?
No, you were fine for a minute, and then it keeps going crazy.
Okay.
Jamaica, bring it up too. Okay, I am too. Okay. Ooh,
Can the audience hear it?
yeah, he said I'm breaking up too. Hold on, let me just say something. I don't want to have that static. That's
Is that me or you?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I hear you, but your
So
audio
if
is
I
almost mechanical.
maybe it's me.
Uh huh. You're in
Maybe
the
others.
basement, right? Are you in the basement? Well, there we have it.
Do it look like a basement? So we know you haven't been over here, then, right? We know you haven't been over here.
Basement signal strikes again.
I'll come back in, you guys. Sorry. Thank you for your patience. I'll go ahead and come back out. This is
I don't know. Audio is terrible. I can't even hear you at this point. Mm-hmm. Well, let's see if Jameka comes back.
okay. Brooks, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me now? I'm so sorry.
Okay, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, it's your bootleg internet service. Is that where we're going with this?
It was fine last week.
I got, I got two computers and a cell phone going, and it don't work on none of them. So it can't be me.
Okay, I may have to change locations. I may have to go upstairs.
Uh huh. That might be the thing. Well, I was so. What do you want to do?
Um, I want to apologize to everyone, and I want to possibly go upstairs. Do you hear my? Do you hear me, staticky?
You are broken very badly, almost mechanical, but I can make out what you're saying.
Let me see. So check my mic setting.
See, when you cut off, that's how I know it's your bandwidth, because when you cut off your video feed, your mic got better.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my Wi-Fi is right here. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you guys so much. Last week it was fun. It had a little bit of glimpse, and I changed my Wi-Fi, but it's every time you talk is when I hear it. That's why I'm gonna blame you.
Yeah, when you talk, I hear it. So it's kind of it's
Uh,
kind of the same thing.
it's
So
easy. I can't see. It says you need to check my settings in StreamYard. I checked my. I don't know what to do in the.
hmm,
It says iPhone mic.
I don't know. You just muted yourself.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go upstairs in my bedroom. Then I want to bring you really into my bedroom.
Okay, so do
But
you just want me to hang out here, or do you want me to? What do you want me to do?
yeah, go ahead and chat, Brooks, and keep
Oh,
it clean and nice and sweet.
oh, really? Okay. Well, you
I'm
know I'm good at that.
gonna go
Okay, so we'll figure that out.
and then
So
I'm
I
gonna go
can't see the.
upstairs.
All right, let me see if I can find the actual chat here, and then I can go back and forth with everybody, because that might be
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm not on my Bluetooth, you guys. I don't know what the heck is going on. The router or whatever this thing is right here where it was at last week. I did just change internet services to make it better, but let me just go upstairs. I'm so irritated.
Mm.
That was gonna be a really good shot.
Okay, let's see here. If
So
I can
give me a second,
find
you
this
guys.
chat. Okay, here we go. So let's see what they're saying in the chat. They're asking if you're talking on the Bluetooth. On the Bluetooth. I love it. Uh, yeah, so you need to get closer to the Wi-Fi box. That's pretty good. That was a good one. That was Reginald. I don't know where Queen is. She's not in here yet. I got a mess to say to her any doggone way. So can you guys hear me, by the way? Am I clear? Super RF frequency extender. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Fode. I appreciate that. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying is, it just seems to me that it's how women present sometimes, or how maybe we present to each other. Um, and I think that kind of makes the difference in whether your message is received or not. I think when women say they're nurturing, I think they can be nurturing to children, but I don't think most people are nurturing to Black men. And that's my belief. I could be wrong, but I don't think Black men receive care most of the time. I don't think we receive nurturing. I just think we receive kind of a hard way to go all the time. And, I'd really like to hear the men's thoughts on that. Um, am I receiving the world the same way you are? And I'll wait for your comment. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, man. It just seems like we continue to get more tasks built up on us. And if a woman's role is in the home, or whatever the case may be, then there needs to be somewhere where I kind of catch a break a little bit and I get some peace. Um, it seems like we often talk about peace, but we rarely ever get it. But there's always something that needs to be done. So I don't really know. Um, and I just started thinking about this week, and it's kind of interesting to me. Um, yeah, I think it really is. I don't even know if we even know how to be peaceful with each other. Kind of wondering that. Oh, you're back. Oh boy. Keep talking. It's got to get better.
This is crazy. Up here is normally
Okay, you're good
way
now.
better.
You're good now.
Okay. Oh
All
my
right,
gosh,
you're good now.
I'm so sad.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, you guys. Okay, what were you talking about, Brooks? I think this is better. You guys are in my room. Welcome to
That's where it all goes.
welcome to bedroom noise.
That's where it goes down, huh?
And nothing ever goes down where it needs to go down. You're right.
Yeah, right. Okay. Hey,
You're right.
I heard
You're
I, I heard
you're
parts of
right.
last week's conversation. Don't
You're,
start.
you're right. What?
I heard parts of last week's conversation. Don't even
What was
start.
what was that? What?
Hey, I heard anytime, anywhere, any place, it can go down. So that's what I heard. Please correct me if I misheard you.
Yeah, that's I have to have a situation. Boy, I'm not even going here with you. You
No, that's not even
always
wait. That's not even what you said. You didn't even say you had to have a situation. You just said if the feeling's right, it's on tonight.
well, I'm saying I have to I have to have a person that I also said that I don't even sit across the table with anybody. I don't do anything. So that's probably not going to be my reality because I don't have anyone that's my situation.
Ooh, you just make it sound so good. Okay, all right, no problem. I'm not even going to
I make it
see.
I make it
I'm
be
not.
for real because that's what it be. You be
I'm not gonna
thinking,
make you get. I'm not gonna make you get naked tonight. We're gonna be all right. I'm not gonna make you get naked tonight.
you know what? Where we at? Where we
You
at?
know what's
Okay,
funny too? You know what's funny too? After I sent that meme to you, you went radio silent. What happened with that?
what mean?
Did you
Which
check
one?
your text message? I sent you a text message. You shut down after that.
You know, I'm never scared, so I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't
Okay,
never
all right.
scared.
Oh,
I
okay,
ain't never scared.
okay. Well, you
So
got real quiet after that one, so it's okay.
I don't even I don't remember this.
I still have your results, so I know what
Brooks,
scares you. You hear me? You hear me, right?
let me get back focused. Let me get back on this because I don't know what you what type you on right now. What type you on right now? But let me get back. Okay, let's. So I don't want to. I appreciate the patience and everything, but where you at? Can you? What were you talking about so we can move on? You too much.
I was simply talking about um, kind of the interplay between black men and black women and how our relationships kind of pan out. Um, I was trying to see, if black men feel that they receive peace, and I believe most don't feel that we ever receive peace.
So you know what,
Um,
Brooks? I love this conversation, and I
mhm,
don't something was going on with the earlier. I announced that we are going to have the males are going to be able to come on, and you guys are going to be able to discuss all what you're discussing right now. You guys are going to
mhm.
be doing that, and the women. For one, if we don't practice it, we're going to practice it that night where we're going to shut our mouths and we're going to listen. Only thing that we're going to do is ask for clarity and or have questions, but we're going to hear you out. We're not going to, you know how sometimes in the comments where people are like, they have a post and they say men only, and it's like 20 million women in there responding to the post. We're not going to do that night. We're going to actually have you guys. It's going to be about 4 or 5.
You
You
see my
know,
face. You see my face. You see. That's impossible.
it's not. We're going to do it. We're going to prove you wrong. So stay
Okay.
tuned. Stay
Okay.
tuned. That's going to
Mhm.
happen where we're going to discuss all of that. The thing
Okay.
about my podcast is and who I am, and you should know this. I'm always thinking that things don't always have to just be what it is, right? So this
Mhm.
podcast is for us to change and start doing better and for us to, do better. But men also we all have to do better, right? Just not one side. We both have to do better. So the women are gonna come in. It's gonna be about 4 or 5 of us. It's gonna be some sexy grown women in our PJs. We're gonna be having some cocktails and we're gonna be talking about what we don't like and what we want you to hear us. And so we're gonna have that going on as well.
No, trust. We
So
we hear you. Oh, we hear you.
yeah. Yes, yes. So, what happened to you? I'm just kidding. I was just kidding. What happened to you?
I'm just saying, we hear you. God, we hear you. But okay. All right. So go ahead.
So let's get on this week's topic. This week's topic is why do men keep women around if they don't see a future with them? And I got my chat
Hmm.
going. Thank you, chat. Chat is where it is in the chat, you guys. I appreciate everyone sticking in there with me and staying on and hanging out.
So,
So, Mr. Brooks,
yes.
why are you keeping these women around when you don't want her, you don't you don't see nothing in the future. Not nothing. And you
I
already
mean,
know you don't want her around. I mean, you don't want
convenience.
her in the future.
Convenience.
Convenience?
Yeah, convenience. I mean, she does have some redeemable qualities.
Okay.
She's not all bad. So
Okay.
you deal with what you can. I mean, sometimes maybe she's funny, maybe she cooks well, you
Okay.
know, maybe her sex is outrageous, just wonderful. You keep her around for that. She has her uses.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there may not be a future with her. Like she may be just Miss right now. She might not be Miss forever.
She may be Miss.
Miss right now.
Oh, like okay.
Yeah, just right now. You know what I'm saying? She might not be Miss forever. You keep her around for a while, you know.
So this podcast is for us to learn. So I'm not taking. I want to hear you out, and I'm not here to go. Oh my, But what I want is also women to grow too, because I do believe in my heart, and I know this. There's a lot of women that are currently going through this, and I want us to hear it from the men why she is currently going through this, and maybe some signs that she may not even know that this is where she's at. So what is a sign that a man is just hanging out with a woman that he sees no future, but he still wants her in his space? Maybe I don't know if that's a nice way of
I mean,
saying it.
first off, it's her season, okay, and maybe she's there to grow in that relationship, and maybe he's there to grow in that relationship, and they can grow together, but they're not meant to be together ultimately. Also, some things that she may look at is he's indifferent. He just don't give a fuck. He's indifferent. So if she comes, great. If she doesn't, that's great too. If she goes to the party, that's wonderful. If she can't make it to the party, it's nothing bothers him. He's not moved by her.
Okay. And
He doesn't introduce her to most people. He introduces her to some people,
who
you
would be the
know.
some people? So, we want to learn. So who is he introducing her to, and who she's not? So women to know. I've only been introduced to Pookie. I haven't been introduced to cousin Ray
So
Ray.
so it can go two ways, right? Okay, so let's say for instance, I introduce you to only to people I bump into, right? I'm not introducing you to my kids. I'm not introducing you to my parents. I'm not introducing you to my brother. It's just if I happen to see somebody when I'm with you, this is you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. Okay, yeah, we hang out, whatever the case may be. And usually it's a woman who she's good from afar, but far from good.
Okay. Okay. So that's how. So if he's not introducing her to any family or friends, right? Just if they're out, and they bump into somebody. If she's even
Yeah,
if he's even taking her out somewhere, right?
exactly. Because you do a lot of home stuff.
Her home or your home or
Yeah, you guys stay, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, sometimes that, a lot of times that builds closeness. That's what builds a relationship. But this person's not trying to build with you.
what bills hanging out at each other's
Spending
house?
time together, hanging out, those quiet times, those interpersonal moments, right? That builds relationships. However, um, if he's not introducing you to anybody, he's not planning with you, he's not attempting to do those things with you, he doesn't see a future with you.
Okay.
And he can be taking his time, but he would still be planning with you. He would still be pouring into you. He would still be trying to build you or build with you.
Okay, so photo say if it depends on how two people meet in the beginning as well.
True enough. That's
Okay.
right. If you meet as friends with benefits, you know, or one night stand or something like that, it's going to be very difficult for you to make that into you being the long term. That doesn't happen often. It happens sometimes, but it's not often.
Okay. So women have to be mindful of where you're meeting or what that situation, right? Where you
How they comport themselves. How about that?
okay.
So, I mean, if you comport yourself as somebody who, what do they call it? A master key has value, but a lock that accepts any key is useless.
Okay. Okay.
So, it's that kind of thing. So, look, I absolutely think that you should be asking in-depth questions.
Yes, I do. I do too. I do think so too. Yeah.
And there should be plans made. I mean, you should be introducing people to your significant other. I mean, your significant people in your life. Let me put it to you that way. However, that can get a little creepy. Recently, a lady told me that she was introduced to someone's parents posthumously. That's too far.
Okay. Okay. So, what I'm kind of curious about is if she does ask, if the woman does ask these questions, is she getting the real answer or not? Because he still wants those qualities. If it's cooking, if it's the sex, if it's the whatever it is, right? He still wants that. So is he gonna? If she really asks, what I'm asking for real, if she's asking those type of questions, is she going to get the right answer? Because we've heard of other podcasts that you have to say certain things for certain things to happen.
No,
Okay,
I'm not. I'm
Reggie, you
not
want to come
giving
up?
you. I'm not giving you in-depth answers. I'm
Uh,
giving you surface level answers that don't go
no, I get
anywhere.
that.
If I'm giving you closed answers, different things like that, I'm not really trying to get to know you.
Okay.
I'm just enjoying your services.
So, Brooks,
Hmm.
we've been hanging out for 6 months. Are you interested in a future with me?
Well, that depends.
Okay, so if you hear
It,
that kind of
it,
stuff,
it, it depends on a lot of things. Okay, so we've been hanging out for 6 months, right?
hmm
From my perspective, I don't really know you, right? I know some things about you. I don't know the real you. 6 months, you still in that imposter stage. So if I'm spending more and more time with you, that shows you because my time is everything.
that's what I'm saying.
My time and my money.
If I'm with you I'm 6 months, 6 months, and we're spending at least 4 to 5 days out of a week together.
Then I like you.
Okay.
Wait. Am I spending the night over your house? Are we spending nights?
Uh, that matters.
Yes.
Um, we've had spent some nights, but we don't
If
do it on a regular basis.
if I spend 4 nights a week at your house, or
Mhm.
if we sleep together 4 nights out of the week, and we're having in-depth conversation, yeah, I must like you. If I'm spending money on you, like I'm helping you around your house and I'm doing stuff like that, yeah, I like you. If your car breaks down and I show up, not begrudgingly because I'm gonna lose my pussy, but just because I genuinely care. If I see your tires are bald, and I get you tires, or if I, care that your oil is changed, or I see a light on in your car and I take it upon myself to fix it, yeah, I like you.
But you also say you would do it too. You would do it. You may not do it as gracefully and happy but you would still do it. It sounds to me that's what I heard too.
Oh,
So
you would know if it was done begrudgingly because it'd be like, oh, okay.
okay,
If it was done begrudgingly, you would know.
okay.
Wait. Roger Lee said too many good women just settle. I don't know. I
I
don't know,
I
Rod.
agree. I agree with you, Mr. Roger.
I don't know
Roger,
about that.
Mr. Roberts.
There's not a ton of good women out here. I'm telling you right now. They classify themselves as good women, but maybe we have different definitions. I'm not sure.
So do you think there's a lot of good quality men out there?
I don't think there's a lot of good quality people out here right now. Let me put it to you like that.
So
I
that's
think as people, the things. I mean, come on, the number one song in the country is about stealing, robbing. There's not.
spin that, spin it.
Right. I mean, come on.
That'd be my
Let's
part
just be
too.
honest, right?
I ain't gonna lie.
You gonna spin it for me?
So, I don't know why you don't stay focused on the topic.
You don't want to what to spin it.
Yeah, yeah,
Ask
because
the
that's the
appropriate question
best
in the
part of the
moment.
song is spin that.
Is it
Well, anyway,
really?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, all
yeah.
right. All right. Moving on, moving on,
You,
moving on.
I'm gonna tell you, I know for sure when that song come on, your foot tap, your foot tapping. Don't even front. You may not
Hey,
be spinning
listen,
it, but your
hey,
foot is tapping.
it's listen, it's catchy as hell. They
It is
can't take that
catchy.
from her. Can't take that from her. It is, yeah,
I'm,
it's catchy as hell.
I am going to, I am going to tell you, you tapping your foot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know, I know.
But but okay. But getting back to the topic, see, that's a good thing. See, it's what you feel a good woman is, and a good woman is different things to every man because every man doesn't need the same things, so we don't all classify good in the same manner.
I know, but overall, there's good, and then there's just and for men and women, and then there's just bad is it's just I can use a choice word, but I'm just not you know. So yes, we know it's different levels to this, but overall, someone that has that they're just not just a jerk,
Hmm.
whatever level, because there's jerks on every level, right? So I'm talking that you're not just a completely jerk.
Hmm.
But yes, what's good to me may not be good to someone else. What I think is a good man, somebody else may not think is a good man. We kind of have to understand that. Just for conversations purposes, we have to kind of know that we're not talking about the lowest of the low,
Well, even the good
which
ones. I mean, so how about this? Even the good ones. So I have very few needs.
mhm.
I mean needs. So for a woman to be able to meet me where I need to be met, that can be difficult. The things that I like are very specific. So I mean, every woman is not versed in that. So sometimes, it can be tough. Even if she's trying to surprise me with a car, I like specific cars. I like specific cologne. I like specific computers. I like it's that's just me. I'm very technical.
Yeah. So I think there's women. I think people don't always pay attention, right, to
Hmm.
small details. You have that, right? That's not that's a quality that you either have or you don't have sometimes, right? So if you don't have that, that's just not going to happen anyway. It doesn't mean that person is a bad person or whatever. But also we talked about that whole communication, right? So I can be giving you the cologne that you like, that you all the time, but if you don't ever tell me I don't like that, that smells like I want this, then I will never know. I'm thinking you like it. So we also have to communicate those things.
So then is it a quality or is it effort?
I think it's a quality in my opinion to pay attention to those details. Um, and if you are paying attention to the details and you just doing whatever you want to do, then that's the
So
part of it.
okay, so if it's a quality, if the woman fails in her relationship, then wouldn't she fail in most other aspects of life? Like, wouldn't she fail at paying attention to detail at work? Just as an example.
Possibly, but her job may not be where you need to even pay attention to details at her job too, right? So then she doesn't
Possibly.
have that experience as far as in that area. If you have that experience in that area, you're probably going to bring that into your relationship, and that's probably going to be one of the things that she's pretty great at. You know,
Mhm,
can it be taught? I think it can be taught. If
mhm.
the more you know, I won't say work with her, but the more communicate and when you more you communicate, I think she will catch on to it eventually or what have you. So yeah.
I don't think I would do that. I don't wanna work with someone to care for me. I just don't wanna do that.
I don't think it's
But
working with you to care for you. I think it's working to learn you. And because Brooks want to be treated one way and Pookie wants to be treated another way, I I've been dealing with Pookie for 10 years.
And
I
that
have.
right there, that right there, that right there, you said it. If she's been dealing with Pookie for 10 years, Brooke's gonna run like hell. But now keep in mind, I may keep her around for the intangibles,
Why why
but
why are you moving because I'm dealt with Pookie for 10 years?
I don't wanna I don't wanna read I don't wanna I would not personally want to have to undo the Pookiness. So how about this? I believe that everybody can dust one off in a lifetime, right?
I don't know what you're
So
saying, Brooks.
well,
What is does
I'm gonna say it
somebody?
very clear. I'm gonna say it very clear. So if you've been if a woman's been dealing with Pookies, right? If that's what she knows, then if you're gonna take her and dust her off and clean her up and teach her uh the ways of successful society, maybe you can do that for one woman. But I don't think most men have it in them to do it three, four, five different women. It's no way. So most of us have done it at least once, dusted one off, and I don't think most want to dust another one off. I wouldn't want to dust another one off. So if I find out she's been dealing with Pookies, I'm running.
Okay, so I just used the name, but it could be Larry. So I think you're caught up on a name thinking Pookie's like the gangster or
No, it could just be sorry. It could just be sorry, not well trained.
no, no. So when I said Pookie, in
Mhm,
this sense, I was just speaking of I've been dealing with a man, a good man
mhm.
of 10 years. So I just use Pookie just as a male name. But I've been dealing with Zachary for 10 years. And now that I'm messing with you, I have to learn you because everything Zachary likes, you may not like it. So it's
Okay,
not about me, you teaching me how to, you're not teaching me qualities and things. I come with that. But what you're teaching me is what you want, what you like. Because if I come with everything Zachary likes, you may not like that. You may not like your head to be rubbed. Zachary liked his head to be rubbed. So I can't come. So I have to learn you, and you have to give me time to learn you.
I
I
agree with
just
that.
don't know you. I have
No,
to,
I agree with that.
that's what I'm speaking of.
No, we agree. We agree on that.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
it takes time. But see, that's like I said. So 6 months, is not enough time. So if someone's evaluating you and they're taking time to build a relationship with you so you can learn each other, so they can learn you, in fact. Like I would be trying to learn my significant other or this person that I find special or I think I see something in. Um, and it can take up to 5 years.
Absolutely. But I mean, you're moving in the direction. If you're hanging out with somebody for 5 years, you're moving in that direction as you see in some future with her or what have you,
Absolutely.
right? And
Absolutely.
that's it. And I'm gonna tell you, you can know somebody more than you know somebody in 6 months than you know somebody in 5 years. It depends on how long and how much time and things do you want. Some people, you get in a relationship, some people you want, you may be we connected, we
Hmm.
really connected, right? And then
Hmm.
you may be with someone where it does feel like 6 months and it still feels like an early, relationship, right? Some people really like quality time, so they are going to be, so it's going to be like they're with that person for 5 years when it's only been 6 months to a year, what have you, right?
Right.
So
Right.
okay, so we agree
It's
on
the
that.
quality. Yes, the quality of that time you spend together. I absolutely agree with you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm gonna see what some chat is saying. Reggie said you have to care to pay attention to small details. Most women don't really care what the man. Oh, oh. No.
Hmm.
Most women don't care. Why do you we don't? Why do you think we don't care? Or what women are y'all dealing with?
It's not the
Who's
women
not
that
caring for you? Who's not? So who are they caring for then? If they're not
okay,
caring for
how
you,
about
who
this?
they caring for?
How about this? Uh,
I'm curious.
what were most of us raised up on? What type of music were most of us raised up on?
I think R&B, me,
Come on,
but
right, babyface, right?
yeah.
I'll pay your rent, I'll buy your clothes, I'll cook your dinner too. Soon as like, come on, where does a man enter into that at all?
Oh, okay.
I mean that is. I mean, it just is. We really
But
don't.
you also want to feel like a man, right? sorry. You also want, a lot of times what I'm hearing is men want, you want to pay for things and do things, right? Like,
Yes, but we don't want an indifferent partner.
no, no. And I feel like you should, so I feel differently about it. I'm not, I'm just not a taker, so I don't, but
Okay, so then divorce yourself from this part of the conversation as you.
okay.
But if you think to what you're hearing from men, what we're saying is most women that we're encountering, on the whole, are they are takers. Most, not all.
Most women. Yeah.
And it's not their
So,
fault. It's a society thing. It's kind of what we're all taught.
okay. So would you be trying to find a woman that's not just the taker? Because I know I'm around women that they're giving.
Really.
They're not, yes, that's yes,
Mm,
absolutely.
mm.
They're giving to their friendships, they're giving to their men, they're giving to their men, they're not even their men. If it's their just their time, their energy,
I
you
think y'all be
know.
throwing that lobster and shrimp.
I'm sorry.
Think y'all be throwing that lobster and shrimp. You telling us it sounds good, but and look, and I hope it's absolutely correct. I really do.
It
Um,
is.
I hope it is. I absolutely do.
Ladies,
But listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I want a woman in my life that truly, genuinely loves me, wants to see me succeed, and cares. Right? Just cares. Notices the little things because she loves me. So that's what That's what you want.
you have
So
to be nice, Brooks. That in order to get that, you
I,
have to be nice.
listen, I'm nice. I'm very nice.
You're nice? Okay.
You don't think I'm nice? I've always thought I was nice. Well, how about this? I can be nice. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
put it that way. I'm sorry. My nature, by nature, I love conflict. So that's by nature. So it
Yeah,
is
I
what
know. I know. Yeah, I know.
it is.
So I have a question. So the topic of the night is why do men keep women around if they don't see a future? Let's see what Nicole said. She says they want to feel needed, but most women I know are told that they are hyper independent, and I often hear that from men.
What is hyper independent? Can you break down hyper independent? What does that mean?
Put that in the chat, Nicole. I don't know
No,
either.
I wanted you, Jamaica. I wanna know how that lands with you, really. That's I
Yeah,
want.
no, no, I'm actually want to get a little clarity on what the hyper independent.
Okay.
Too. Last week we talked about INDEP and DT, so I don't know if that's just another step up from that, or so I'm going to wait to see if I can if
Well,
Nicole can tell us more about that.
let me say this to that. I don't mind an independent woman. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But can she?
It's something new for me also. Okay, I don't know. Well, what do you mean? What do you think it is, Nicole?
But can she be a part of a team? See, independent sometimes means you can't be team. So can you take correction? Can you take direction?
And can you follow?
That's what I just said.
Well, you
Correction and
said,
direction.
well, that's not all it means following.
Well, you get what I'm saying. I mean, it's like, can you
I
can you
just
take those
added that
things,
part.
and if you can do those things, even let's add follow to it too. Then, but if you can do those things and be part, then you can be part of a team, and then it's not necessarily that you're independent. It's that you have a skill set, and you have a belief system, and you have a strong mind. There's nothing wrong with those things.
You know what I really think? I think women show up for the men that show up. I think they show up the way they are treated.
Say more.
So I think a woman's going to show because I'm really struggling, and I'm not when I'm saying something I'm really true, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
So I'm not pretending here. So because this is what I know. And then I hang, and the women that I hang with, this is what I know of them, right? So I know I'm not hanging with every woman, but I do see people in the world. So I'm not such of a blonde where I don't see the world and things like that. So, but I truly believe there's more than it's not. So that's where I come from in this conversation. I do think it's more than not. So I think how a woman steps out and how she walks and how she talks, how she treat her man, how she treat her home, how she treat her family is what's the man sets that temperature for her, and that's how she's walking, and that's and you're feeling. I'm a I think the more you, and I'm not trying to say like the woman has to be happy, because I believe that woman's job is to make herself happy. You add to it, but the more she's not stressed out, worried about things or whatever, you're going to get the results of that. You're going to also get
Okay.
the results of that if you're dealing with all the other mess that's going on in the relationship. You're going to get that. So you're not going to get an attentive woman. You're not going to get a woman that's not selfish. You're not going to get a woman that, really looking and looking at details and, you're not going to get that, because that's not what she's getting, or that's not what she's feeling. But I'm gonna tell
Well,
you, when you got a good man and he is putting it down and doing and putting it down, could be all, it could be bedroom noises, it could be putting it down in all kind of areas, just treating her right. You're going to get a bad woman that's gonna go and do and be all that she can be for you.
okay, so Reginald said something that was very interesting. He said today's woman having, and I think he meant has, today's woman has no intentions on being led by a man. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's how he feels. And
Mm-hmm.
and and there's a reason why he feels like that. And so
Mm-hmm.
what you're saying is that the tone is set by the man. And I think
Yes.
historically and biblically speaking, that that's probably true. It's probably
Mm-hmm.
absolutely true. But
Mm-hmm.
right now where we are, like I said, a lot of women cannot take direction. They cannot take they cannot take criticism at all. Um and following, that's tough.
Okay, so we can say that, and I'm
Hmm.
not going to disagree with you. But
Hmm.
on this podcast, bedroom noise, I don't want to just leave it there, because it's then we're doing the same thing that everybody's doing.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Then
let's
we're
take it
doing,
a step further. No,
so
let's take it a step further. I'm
yeah,
happy
so
to do so.
we're doing everything that someone else is doing. So if you say that,
Hmm.
then the next question I have for you is, why can women not take, why can they not follow? Why they can't take direction, and why they can't take criticism? You tell me what you think.
I'm
And
gonna tell
then,
you
okay.
exactly why. Because for some reason, women in
Nicole
right
saying the
now.
same thing I was saying. Amen, Nicole.
Okay, well, Nicole, I got you,
Because we
babe.
want to, because we want to
Uh,
learn.
I got you, Nicole. I'm here for you. So, so this is what's going on.
Here we
So
go.
this is what's going on right now. And I've had conversations with several women that believe they don't need a man. They
Okay.
truly believe they don't need a man. Yet when anything happens, they call a man. But they think because they have the money to pay for it, that makes them equal or it makes them okay. But they don't understand that they don't even have the ability to quality control the service that has been performed. So it's not just that you can get a service done and get somebody up there to tighten a lug nut, but a lug nut has to be tightened to specifications. And if you don't know that, then even tightening a lug nut can go wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? Did that make sense?
So, so you're saying that she's doing this nut thing, this whatever the.
So what I'm saying is that there's a feeling out there that men are unnecessary for some women,
Okay.
right? Regardless of how much money you have, regardless of what your title is,
Hmm.
regardless of how educated you are, we all need each other.
Yes. Yes.
Nobody can do it alone. So there are some women out there with this mindset that I've done everything myself. You haven't done everything yourself. That doesn't exist. It sounds
Okay.
good, but it's not true. So
Okay.
sometimes a little humility goes a long way. And if you don't have that, then it makes it very difficult to submit. It makes it very difficult. How about this? Now, I won't even say the word submit. It makes it very difficult to be a, um,
You can say submit. I like submit. I like it. So I'm okay with you saying it.
you know, yeah, okay. See, because you got me going. Anyway, I'm simply saying,
What happened?
because my mind, you know how my mind is. So I'm simply saying to you that to be a good partner to someone else, sometimes you got to lead, sometimes you got to follow, and I think that's missed. I don't think a lot of women have grown up around men. And so I don't think they understand how to take direction from a man or how to be next to a man or under a man or, whatever the case may be. And women will tell you that they're equal. But according to the Bible,
No.
man answers to God,
Yeah. Yeah.
women
Yeah.
answer to men.
Yeah. I believe that. Nicole said she also likes to submit as well. So there's women out here that are good, cool, like
Let me look at
we're
Nicole and see what let me look at Nicole. Let me
and
see
you
what's
know
going
we're
on with
not doing
Nicole.
that. We're not don't do that, Brooks.
What
So
did
I
I
need you to
do?
stay focused. You don't do that. No, I'm just
I'm,
kidding.
I'm, I'm checking
She
in for
also
this
said so you can
Nicole.
explain women who have been taught by their fathers to be independent, to have your own.
He taught you to be independent. He didn't teach you not to follow. See, it's two different things. You can be independent when you need to. Look, I can teach a woman how to jack up a car and change a tire, right? But that don't mean she doesn't need a man. It's two different things.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't hear women saying I don't need a man. I don't hear that.
I did a whole show on women saying they don't need a man, and specifically, they don't need a black man.
Yeah.
It was a whole show.
Okay.
Now they said they may want one, but they don't need one at all.
Well, I don't know if you heard last week's podcast. I explained how I not only need but want. I believe I need both of those for me. I need and want.
I think that's beautiful. I really do, and I hope that attitude is infectious because we need more of that.
Yeah.
We need
No,
each other.
I hope so too, and I hope that we can, like I said, I don't want to just touch on this surface level. We have to find out why they no longer need. And I'm gonna tell you, let's get real here. Let's get undressed and let's really talk about it because it's a reason why. Because these women don't want to fully submit. There's a reason why these women don't want to follow. You can't follow everybody. Not everybody is a leader. And you can be a
Listen,
male, you can be a super male, you can be a tough man, you can be a big man or a little man. Not just because you have a man or a male. Because I know a lot of boys who identify as men. I
okay.
know a lot of them.
This is wonderful where this is going because I will tell you my level of expectation, right? I expect a woman to look at me and evaluate me for the sum of my parts, for what makes me who I am. I expect her to place me in proper position so that I can be the most successful. Because I do believe that behind every successful man stands a very strong and intelligent woman, right? I truly believe that. And together as a team, we do this. I watch other races do it all the time. I watch other people do it all the time. But I don't so much see it with us all the time because we seem to be competing a lot and it's not helping us.
Hmm.
So, how do you evaluate the sum of your man's parts? So, if you've chosen this man and he's a big ass child, you clearly saw something in him. So, what are those parts that you see? Because keep in mind, you're choosing as a woman. You decide whose DNA moves forward, not us.
You said so. I chose a big ass kid.
I said, if you chose a big ass kid like this guy, you say you chose a guy and maybe he's not capable of leading this, that, and the other. Because I'm going to ask you, well, why the hell are you there?
Hmm.
If you can't follow this man, why are you letting him lay on top of you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're saying women are with said man and said they cannot follow that said man. They're with said
If
man.
if you're going to tell me you can't follow that man, I'm going to ask you why the hell you're there.
No, and I would absolutely agree as well.
Yeah, so
I would
that's what
absolutely.
I'm trying to figure out because there's plenty
But
of
you
men
know,
out here
but
that
you
are
know what?
capable.
Can I add this, Brooks? I
Mhm.
can tell you possibly why they are there because it may not have started out like that. right?
No, make that clear. Go ahead. I'm listening. I
Yeah.
like where this
So
is going.
so
Okay.
what I'm saying is that that man that she cannot follow,
Hmm.
he might have taken her down, and she done almost went over the cliff like 3 times already, right? Follow me, right? And we already at the cliff, right? She done saved her own life 3 times because he done led her to the cliff. You're not going to get her to probably do that another fourth time. So that's why I'm thinking that, and that's what I'm saying. This is why I really want to get to the root of this, is because I don't think all of a sudden women were just all of a sudden just, I don't want to follow, I don't want to leave, I don't want to submit, I don't want to do this, right? I don't think that's the case. Something has happened, and we have to all take accountability for what has taken place for this change to have occurred. You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying with that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Look. You'll find no disagreement with from me. I mean, there are several women that marry men that are in prison, right? I don't understand that.
That will
I don't
marry men in
comprehend.
prison?
Yes, in my mind, you have no ability to complain if this is what you do, right? And I know women that marry men they don't know anything about. You have no right to complain if this is what you do because you get what you got.
But what about the women that's been in a relationship for a long time? They put up with a whole lot. They got a lot of things have taken place. A lot of things have taken place within that time they've been together. And now they're not following. Now they're not being submissive. Now they're not doing any of that. What about
Okay, but wait a
them?
minute. Wait. Okay, so you got to walk it from the beginning. See, because if you breeze over it like that, then I thoroughly understand what you're saying. But I want to make sure that we hold people accountable for their actions on bedroom noises.
Okay.
Okay, so for real, I want to make sure that we have a thorough conversation, which is okay. Let's say, for instance, this woman is in this relationship with this guy. Okay, how did they get together? Walk me down that path, please.
How they got together? They
Yeah,
they
how
mi-
did how
they
they get
might
together?
they might have met. I'm not going to go actually. They met in their 20, 25, 26 or so,
Okay,
maybe
okay,
30. Um, they got married. They've had 2, 3 kids.
okay, but before they got married, right? What
Mhm.
was the plan?
I don't know. I do think that I do think that I think that could be the issue and the problem, because I don't know if a lot of people have had that talk and all that before at that
But
age, 25,
I
30.
I have more questions though. I have more questions because I'm hearing you. I'm absolutely hearing you, and this is great, right? Because
Mhm.
I'm asking, does he have a skill set?
Possibly. Let's
Okay.
just say everything. Let's just say he had a lot of great qualities. He was the 80%. He had 20% that he still was working on, because we're not perfect, but he was at 80% as far as at that age. Because we also, I mean, this is kind of hard to debate and talk about, because at 30 we're different than 40,
We're
right?
not
And so
debating. Not debating. Let's go down the pathway the way it normally happens, right? Okay.
mhm.
Okay. Bonquisha, right?
Pookie.
Gets
Oh,
with
you don't like
get,
that name.
gets with T Bizzle. Okay. So Bonquisha gets with T Bizzle because he got that good hair.
Hmm.
Okay. But T Bizzle don't have a job. T Bizzle doesn't have a career. He's not preparing for anything. T Bizzle is just in the moment. And he lives his life in the moment. But that's exciting. So Bonquisha sees value in that in the moment. No one's thinking about 10 years down the road. Bonquisha is not evaluating the sum of T Bizzle's parts. Bonquisha is not thinking about this family that may appear later on because we're just in the damn moment.
Hmm.
See, we're not focused on life. We're focused on the moment, having fun, spinning that shit, right? That's what we're focused on. And so I can't blame T Bizzle because he ain't never been shit. He ain't gonna be shit tomorrow. Wasn't shit yesterday. Ain't shit today. Right?
I
But
disagree
I
with that. Go ahead.
but I can blame Bonquisha because she clearly saw T Bizzle for who and what he was, and
So
she failed to take into account the sum of his parts. And now she's gonna complain
Okay, can I
because she
stop you?
chose to be with him. Go ahead.
Can I stop you right there?
Mhm.
You know, you see how you gave whoever this Tyrone, this T Bizzle, you see how you gave T Bizzle, he ain't this, he wasn't that, he ain't gonna be da 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 da. What if Shaquita she's the same? She didn't, you do better when you know better. She didn't know better.
I'm agreeing with you. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm agreeing with you. And what I'm saying is she has no right to complain, right? She chose that life. T Bizzle is
No, no,
that life.
no, no, no. No, what I think is
Mhm.
that we are all have an obligation and a responsibility to get to our personal best. That's it. That's individual. And so last week, what I was talking about is instead of her
Mhm.
worrying about Bizzle, her
Mhm.
job is to take care of her. He's either going to follow her lead and start doing better, or he's not. But you're right. She doesn't get to talk crazy about T Bizzle and da 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 da. She gets to work on herself. And if he does not start getting on board to where, he's growing, right? Because we're all on different levels all the time. You want somebody that is willing to look within, to do that self-reflection, to re-examination, re-examine themselves, and then start applying. So if I have a drug problem, if I don't recognize I have a drug problem, guess what? I don't have no problem. If I recognize I have a drug problem, now I either can do something about it, or I can just stay where I want to stay. And what happens is sometimes people don't identify what's going on with them. And so they stay there. And then you have the other hand where people have identified and they don't do the work to do anything else.
So first
So
off, and I'm
mhm,
agreeing with you. I'm with you 110%. I am absolutely with you.
there's a question on the table for you too. Go ahead.
I'm with you. What I'm also saying is, in order for her to change T Bizzle,
She
she
can't.
is she is no she is going to have to recognize the sum of his parts, and she has to evaluate the piece of equipment that lays before her, and
And
then
I
she has to have a goal. And either this piece of equipment can do it or it can't. And if it
so
can't, you got to cut bait.
so I'm gonna disagree because she can't change him.
No, I didn't say she was going to change him.
You said in order for her to change him.
In order for her to change their trajectory, you're going to have to evaluate the sum of his parts. If you want to do it with him, you're going to have to. You got to evaluate who you're with. If you want to do better, you have to. If you're going to do it with that person,
Yeah. So I'm going to say that means she's growing and he's not growing, or he's growing and she's not growing. Is right?
I mean, I think growth for either part. Does that make sense? So, like for instance, if you go read a book, right? Like I love to read. So I'm coming home and I'm gonna tell you something about the book I read.
Yeah.
If I learn something today, I'm gonna share it with my partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how we grow, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you're doing that work and you're hoping that what you learn is that your partner is going to learn it as well, or hear it at least. But that partner has to also be learning and reading her book. If And I'm just saying it could be a book or whatever it is, but she has to be doing some learning and growing on her end too to bring that over here. You can't just keep feeding her because you can't change, convince, or whatever my other C is. You can't do any of that. So
I can motivate.
you can motivate, but if you don't get the buy-in, you don't. I don't care. I do that every day. That
How
that's
about
part of
this?
my job is to motivate. But my job is also, I cannot motivate if I don't get the buy-in. You have to. The person has to get the buy-in first.
Well, this is true, and a lot of times women get men to get the buy-in by, you know, great sex,
No,
right?
bruh.
Food, um, you
But
know, kindness or a promise of something of some sort. The point is, there's all types of bait or motivation that you can give someone, and if someone is with you, then there are things I believe that you can do. But if you see something in this person that they have a skill set that maybe they didn't even recognize, and you encourage them to move forward with that skill set. Or maybe you got a bonus at work, and so you pay for them a course in something that they already love to do,
Yeah.
and then you use that as a foothold to move forward. That is evaluating your partner, pouring into them, and assessing them properly and setting them up for success.
Yeah. No, no, I get that. But that person has to go to the class, be attentive while they're there, take the notes, receive it, apply it, like all that. You know what I mean? Like I used to tell people, my daughter, she was a straight A student, and they're like, "Oh my
Mhm.
God, you did a run." No, I didn't do anything. I bought the poster board for her to do the project. I could have bought the poster board and it's set in the closet. She had to get the poster board out and do the project and do it, right? And so that's why I don't take credit for things. So the person has to be willing to do it. Even if you set them up for everything, that person has to be willing to do it. So
I agree. Yeah.
so Nicole had a question for you. Did you read it?
Mhm. I did not. Let's see what
It's
Nicole says.
so the
What
up
is
a little
it?
bit it says she wants you to answer it. What about the good woman who have all goods, but the man is shallow, superficial, and can't see what she brings because of his
Of his insecurities?
superficialness. His
Okay.
superficial.
So this goes back exactly to what I said. So you've taken the time to evaluate the sum of this man's parts, and you see that this piece of equipment cannot get you where you need to be. It's not fit for what you're trying to accomplish. Why are you there? I'm simply asking, why are you there?
Why do you stay there?
Why do you stay there? Or
Okay,
or
so
or
a
is,
lot of
or is,
times
or is that is that really your intended destination? Like, do you really want to accomplish what you say you want to accomplish with this piece of equipment?
some people stay there for comfort, security, and kids. I would say those are probably the three main reasons why people continue to stay in something that he stay in a relationship that is not thriving.
Then, sweetheart, you check your right to complain because you're making a choice, and even indecision is a decision.
Okay, so um, so complaining. So you have an issue with complaining. So
Not
y-
you
y-
have an issue.
no, I mean I shouldn't say that. You keep talking about complaining. So are you meaning a woman who talks to another woman or talks to someone and says, "This is what's going on in my relationship. He's not doing this. He's not doing this. He's not doing this. He's not doing this."
No, what I mean is, if you lament your situation, so you're not happy in your situation, right? But you chose to be in that
So
situation.
you don't get to say anything about it. You're saying.
You need to accept it or make a change if you're not happy. You need to be happy where you are because this is where you chose to be. This pot of misery is your pot of misery. Be happy in your pot of misery. This is where you choose to stay. This is what you chose to do. So you do realize that some people genuinely enjoy being miserable. They don't know any other way.
So I know this situation happened. A man cheated on a woman. The woman stayed. Of course, the
Mhm.
woman's going to have some. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? He goes, "Why did you stay with me?"
That's not fair.
Oh, that's not. To
No,
me.
that's
That's what I hear. That's exactly
no,
what I hear. What
no,
you're
no,
saying
no.
is that.
Mm. No, no, you can't do something hurtful to somebody, spiteful to somebody, um, disrespectful, disingenuous, or just not thinking of them, and then you know, hit them over the head with it. That's not cool. That's insensitive as hell, and that is doing harm, and that's not a good person.
Well, that yeah, okay. Well,
Okay,
okay.
so if you
So
heard me
so
say
what?
that, then my apologies because that
What's the
wasn't right.
difference in what you're saying and that statement? So let me say the statement again.
Hmm.
A man cheats on a woman. The woman says, because she loves him and cares for him and don't want to be out of the relationship, stays
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
But she still is hurt. She still has some pain and she's saying, "You did this to me." Why did you stay with me then?
Because Pookie didn't. How about this? T Bizzle didn't do anything. T Bizzle is just being T Bizzle. In other words, he's not cheating. He's just unaccomplished. He's just
Okay.
incapable. He doesn't
Okay.
have a skill set. He didn't prepare for life, right? That doesn't mean he's doing something to, to hurt you or to be malicious. He's just
Okay. So
being T-Bill.
so so my question is that means he's not getting up to go to work or something.
No, he's going to work every day.
But he's
He
not
just
he's
he
not making
doesn't
enough
have
money
the
for her
ability.
needs.
He never invested in himself to get to gain, garner, learn, um, whatever the skills necessary to get you maybe where you thought you would be in life,
Okay, got it.
right?
Okay. So
Yeah.
now in her life right now, she messed with Pookie, and in her
Mhm.
life right now, she's complaining that Pookie ain't where she thought where she the quality of a man that she really would want to be at right now. That's what you're saying. You picked Pookie, and Pookie didn't have a desire to do much more than he's doing right now, and now you complaining about Pookie.
Right, because Pookie
Okay.
is in hog heaven,
Okay.
living where he living.
Okay. So I do believe there's sometimes you can outgrow someone. Do you agree with that or no?
Uh,
Because I could have been
I
not too much either. I could have been not
gotta
going have
think
too much
about
going
that.
on. You know what?
I gotta think about that one.
Because look, Brooke, let me share this with you.
Uh-huh.
There's times where sometimes women kind of out just even when kids, you got girls who walk before boys a lot of the times. They learn how to go to the bathroom before boys. Boys still, they probably still peeing on themselves right now, at 50. I'm just kidding. That was just a little jokey joke. But you know what I mean? So, but girls seem to learn faster. So what happens is you don't always catch up. So the girl, they could be kind of really right, kind of on the same level, and that woman can just outshoot that man. And then he's down here now because
Okay,
that's just
okay.
how.
All right, how about this? Let's say you do, right? Then what's the answer for that?
So the answer for that is if she's of a quality woman that I speak about these quality women. If she's of quality, then she's going to help him get to where they can, get him up higher than he is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think too, if and I think that can happen because I do believe that and that's not her pointing her finger at him. That's her simply taking care of her own business. And like I said, he's either going to jump on board or he's not. But if you're saying that he has no motivation, he is just content where he's at, then you, you can't do too much about that.
Well, I mean, men do it all the time.
Do what?
Men historically have outgrown the hell out of women,
Hmm.
and they keep them right there with them, and they work together, and they continue to move forward.
Okay,
Men
I
have
need to
men have
ask.
done this for time immemorial. Men have done this.
Okay, what does that look like? What is a man that outgrew a woman looks like, and he keeps her around? What does
Okay,
that
how
look
about
like?
how about this? A man is just as apt to take a woman working at Burger King and make her his wife as a woman who is a CEO of a Fortune 500 company.
Okay,
You
but
do
Brooks,
realize that, right?
you're saying two different things. You're
No, I'm
saying
saying
that
the same thing.
so if she worked at Burger King and it's no big deal,
Hmm.
and if she worked at and that's no big deal, then how are you outgrowing her? If you because you
What
always
I'm
say you
saying to
don't care
you
about the woman's
is
money.
you're not on the same level. That's what I'm saying. A man is not looking at it like that. So you rarely hear a man say, "Oh, I outgrew that woman." You don't hear men say that often. Matter of fact, I've never heard a man say that he outgrew a woman, but I hear women say that. And again, that is very unfortunate. It's an unfortunate statement that the belief is that you will outgrow someone. I don't know. It's just interesting. If we're a team, then we're a team. If you're the star running back, we hand you the ball, we score, we win. We win. We win as a team. Not you, we.
Yeah, I don't know if I have heard too many men say I have outgrown, but do know that women do do that, and I do. Yeah, yeah. Um, but I think it's our responsibility to not. So no, no. Look, no. I
I'm so
think that.
sorry. I'm reading this chat.
Oh,
Reginald said you've never heard a man say that because men don't say that. That's correct.
okay, 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 okay. That's fine. What I'm thinking is that I don't think that people in relationships are doing evaluations. You know how we do our yearly or 6 months evaluations
Mm-hmm.
and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. And that's what I mean as far, I don't think we have to outgrow anybody. I don't think anybody has to outgrow anybody. It's just like, and I'm making these to try to draw this in. My daughter went away for college for 4 years. I
Mm-hmm.
have to read. I mean, although I talked to her over the phone and we did FaceTime every week and went down there, she came home on breaks and things like that. I was just telling a friend, I have to relearn my child again because she was gone majority of the time that she was here. So we have to, in our relationship, we start working and we're at work for 40 hours a week. We're involved in our other activities. We got our, things are happening, right? Although we're
Can we
living in the,
can we do a role play real quick?
sure.
Okay, so if two people are in a relationship, how do you think a check-in should look? Let's say 1 year in, 2 years in, 3 years, whatever the case may be. It's the beginning or the end of a year, and we're coming to each other. And we want to talk about where we are.
Yeah. So
How does
what's,
that look to you? How would you approach me?
so I would, it would be a
Why
because
you
I don't want to
studying?
get so, you know what I mean? I don't want to get too crazy, but it would be where it's we're in a bedroom
Okay,
probably, or in a room that we like to enjoy ourselves in,
okay,
or it could be a dinner that we
fair enough.
are. But I prefer to be in our home, and where we are in a place that we feel real connected and right in, and we just need to, what's going on, what are you, the next year, the next 6 months, what are we looking at, the next year, what are we looking at, the next, that's the conversation. What's next? How are you
That's how you would
feeling?
say it.
Well, I'm not no, because
I'm just asking I'm not attacking. I'm just asking a question. Is that how you?
I would be asking, we're here now at 6 months or we're here at a year, and I want to
Hmm.
explore, I want to take some time and just go over our relationship. Are we
Hmm.
happy? Are you happy? What do you need? What can I do better? What can we do better together? Like really having that kind of heart to heart. What's been working? What hasn't been working? What should I do? What do you need? Those kind of things. What projects you want to work out, like just everything. How's our finances looking? Because I'm a firm believer, it's marriage is a business, right? So
Hmm.
it's a straight business. So we need to know what the business is looking like.
Okay. Okay.
What's our next trips like? It would be a time where we're just laying things out on the table, where we can be emotionally vulnerable,
Hmm.
completely exposed, all of that, right? Where we're, no one's, hopefully no one's getting upset, and if we are, we know how to take care of that or whatever. But putting some things on the table, I don't think it has to wait until the 6 months to the year, because I think we should be kind of doing some check-ins and feeling each other. But say that we're not, that 6 months, we're really going to go really deep into what's going on in our relationship. Yeah, like a
So,
check-in. Yeah.
so the way I would start the conversation, I would say, "Hey, baby, how are you doing today?"
I'm well, thank you.
Okay. Hey, I've been noticing some things lately, and I just want to make sure that we're in a good space. Is everything okay?
No, I don't like the way you I don't like, yeah, everything's overall is okay, but there's some things that I am struggling with.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell me what those things are, and let's see what we can do about them. Because I value our relationship, and I really want to be with you.
I appreciate that. There's just a few things that I feel like I'm doing a lot of work around here. I'm working 40 hours a week, and I'm doing a lot of the household things after working 40 hours a week. I'm trying to make sure that you're eating, and I'm making sure you got everything you need outside of that, and doing all the household duties. And I just need a little help around here.
Okay. Well, how about this? Let's look at some things that we can do. What are some specific things that you think you need some help with?
I just need a maid. If we can get a domestic worker in here, that would be very helpful.
Okay. How
It would
many days
take
a week?
it would take the load off of you as well as free me up as well. And I would just probably need assistance maybe 2 times a month or so, 2 to 3 times a month, once a
Fair enough.
week.
Fair enough. So if we get somebody to come in and you said once a week or twice a month.
I said it probably like 2 to 3 times a month. 2 times a
Okay.
month probably would be great.
Okay. So we get a maid to come in 2 times a month, come in on the weekends. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me about 3 4 weeks to get that together?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to be involved in the process with picking this person?
Absolutely.
Okay. I tell you what, I'll get started on it this week and I'll see what I can find. I'll ask around and let's start working on that because I don't want you to be tired because it's taken away from, playtime for me.
So I have a question with that. Why do you feel, and this is me just being curious and not judging, why do you feel like you would even need to be the one to get the domestic worker? What I'm
Well,
just
you're
curious.
already
Why did you think you needed to do that duty?
so you've already communicated to me that you're working yourself to a frazzle and
Hmm.
and you have no time and you feel like you're overwhelmed. Why would I put one more task on top of you? I'm asking you what you need help for. You're communicating to me, so my job is to help you.
Well, the thing about it is
That's
what
the
I
way I
don't.
interpret it anyway.
Well, what I'm saying is that you assume that will be one more task for me, but it might be more stressful if you are the one picking the domestic worker because we may have a history of you cheating
Okay.
with the
So now I'm gonna hire Big Booty Judy to come clean the house. Is that what we're going with?
No, Jessica said make sure the worker has a fupa. That's what she
And you ain't got to worry about it if she does.
that's why she coming through. You know
You're
what I
right.
mean? So what so
But
what I
here's the deal, and I'll tell you this: communication is key, right?
it is
So
because
so if
that
you
one
want to
extra.
pick, if you want to pick the person, I would not have an issue with that. If you say you can handle it all on your own and you don't need me to do it, just the fact that I agreed to it was enough. Brilliant. Go for broke.
Yeah, and the thing about it, I think that's where even more communication can come in, though. So I think that's great, but I think what we do is we do a lot of assuming. We do a lot of, I think we do a lot of, So I think you did excellent in that. But do you want me to take lead on that, or do you want to take lead on that?
But do you see how kind I was and how loving I was towards you and how I just adored you? Did you see that? Could you feel that in my voice? How you were so special to me,
Yes, I felt all that.
and I just wanted to take care of you. Did you
I felt
feel that in my voice?
Yes. And did you feel the love and concern that I had, that I was hearing you out and being appreciative of you even wanting to help me take that load off of me? Did you hear that from my heart?
I did in my scenario, but I'm going back to the clinical scenario that you gave at first, where you was like, "How we doing? What's going on? Where are
Oh,
we in the business? What's the bottom line?"
okay, okay, okay. That was a little too much.
It was very clinical.
Okay. Okay. But to be honest, I was trying not to be so I want to have like where I'm laying down on you. Like I just try not to be so out here with it. Like the setup would be like where, the setup would be a little different where I'm just,
Okay.
I'm with my boo. So I'm not I don't think I would be like so hard with it. I don't, but I can hear that, and I can work on maybe my delivery could be a little bit more softer. You think my delivery was kind of hard?
Yeah, but I tell you what though, what you're trying to get across, the information you're putting across is spot on. It is a business. We need to check in. We need to see where we're at. You're absolutely correct in all of those things. You're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. I'm just saying the approach matters because you want to get out of it the most communication information as possible, right? So it matters.
So so if you were the woman, how would you want? I mean, so how would you want your woman to have? You would want me
Huh?
to do it. You would want me to do it the way you did it.
I, if I was okay, wait. If I okay, hold
You
on.
would want me to have said it the way you said it.
I want you to come to me in a loving way. That's all I want. Come to me in a loving way.
And then some men. Do you agree that some men probably would have been okay, and then you didn't
I,
feel that?
I don't know. Um, I don't know. I think most men would want you to come at it the way I explained to them. Come at them in a loving way, because there's a lot on our shoulders as it is. I mean, we got a lot going on because everything is,
So if
you
I'm
know.
saying
How about
if
this? How your woman looks is a reflection of you as a man. So
Mhm.
as my woman, you are my diamond. You are what you're my showpiece. You are what I take out when I want to when I want to show off, when I want to stunt, I take my baby out. This is us. You get what I'm saying?
No, I do, but I don't know if that's really what's going on in the world. That the
Mm,
woman is not the accessory anymore. Back in the day, the woman was the accessory. So you didn't have to put on your Gucci and your this. Your that woman probably had all that on, and you were the she was the accessory for you. So she shined and you just shine like
she's still the accessory. I'm telling you right now, any man that marries a woman, any man that has a woman as a significant other, when they step out, she got to be bad. You know this. I don't see you stepping out looking like a ragamuffin.
a ragamuffin is crazy.
Well, the point is, I don't see you stepping
That's
out looking crazy. I
crazy.
always see you stepping out looking your best, and that's the reason for it, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I think
I mean,
we all should step out our best all the time.
yeah, put your best foot forward. I'm just saying, look, if you come at people with tenderness, kindness, and love, and and you say it all the time, curiosity over judgment, man, come on, that goes a long way in a relationship. It really does. Like I say, you're spot on with a lot of it. Can you convey that to other people to come at each other that way as opposed to with judgment, um, with with animosity, things like that. That's a big deal.
Okay, so Reggie says the approach is everything. Unfortunately, men see women approach as unkind. So Reggie,
Hmm.
I know you wanted to come up, and I need to. We just been in this conversation, but so a woman's approach. What do you say? So women's approach as unkind. Unfortunately, men see women's approach as unkind. Is the delivery? Is it the words? Is it that? Because we're here to learn. We're not. I'm not here to be trying to defend this or anything. I want to hear it. I want to learn.
It's both. It is both. It's the words and the delivery.
So when I said, okay, what's going on with us? Da, da, da.
How about this? Let's try this one more time. Okay, now
Okay.
that you've heard my example,
Okay.
how could you come better?
Okay, go.
Or how about this? How could you just come different? How about that?
Uh,
Because better is
Different.
not
Okay.
there. Because you did actually did a great job. It was just the delivery.
Okay, so go.
No, you're bringing it to me.
But I thought you want me to be the person to respond.
You're coming to me saying, "Hey, you're initiating the check-in. How could
Okay.
you best initiate the check-in?
Hey, babe.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I wanted to sit and I was hoping that we can I know we talked earlier about sitting down together and having a little chat. Are you available? Is this a good time?
Absolutely. What's on your
Okay.
mind?
Well, I know we normally sit down and address look at our what's been going on in our relationship. And we normally do our evaluation. It's this time of the year for that. And I wanted to just chat with you about a few things.
Okay, I want to hear what you think. What's going on? What you need?
Are you happy with me?
Absolutely.
Is there anything I could do better in the house, as far as in the house?
Um, I think you could be more mindful of our finances. Um, Other than that, I think everything is great.
Okay. So with our finances, is something that it sounds like you want me to do better. So what does better looks like for you? Like what can I do?
I mean, you bought 3 Birkin bags this year. I mean, Do we have to buy three?
No, I didn't have to have them. No.
So next year, can we maybe just get one?
Yeah, I can get one.
Okay.
Yeah. So is that better?
That was much better. That was much better.
I wanted to say I'll work, so how the hell I can't get those? I
See
just
there?
kidding.
See?
No, how the hell you gonna tell me?
Because we're a business. We are a
Yes,
business.
yes. And we are
You
saving,
said this.
for another home,
But
and we
you were
need
the
to.
person that said this.
I was just kidding. I just threw that in there. I'm a follower. I submit. You don't want me to buy no bags? We ain't buying no bags up in here. Bags is gone. I wanted that purple one, but guess what?
Boy, Reggie cheering his ass off for you. He said, "Come on, cousin, let's bring."
But I do think that if we start learning to set up that space where we can have these conversations to evaluate, I don't think anyone has to outgrow anyone or anything like that. I do think we can grow with each other. But if you're not even evaluating each other, whether you how you talk or if you're not even having to talk, then for sure we're not going to know what directions that we're going into for sure.
But if I don't even trust that I can confide in you, if I don't even trust that you're going to take our finances seriously, if I don't trust that you can be that person that can be sturdy and that I can rely upon, man, that's where the issue comes in. It's the lack of trust. It's the lack of follow through, and there it's eroded by a bunch of little things. Relationships end a lot of times because of a number of paper cuts.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think what happens a lot of the times is that women, and I'm not justifying or making an excuse, I think that women are not trusting the man to lead them. So if you tell me I want you to cut back on the bags, you done bought three this year. We can't keep doing this. My only response is okay. That should be my only response in a healthy, thriving kind of relationship, right? But if I'm dealing with a man that you're telling me that, but then you out doing X, Y, and Z, or and you're not doing the
It
same,
goes
now
it goes
you're gonna
back
get
to
the
choice. It's
huh?
choice. It's choice though. Because a lot of these females are picking men that they have no business being with. They're picking men because of height. I know one woman that picked a man because he was taller than her. That's why they got married. And if he wasn't taller than her, she wouldn't have married him. Do you know how stupid that is? That's crazy.
Well,
That's crazy.
if that's the only thing that she was basing it on, if that was one of the things, and he also had other things, and had the other things, then no, I don't.
But she said he was taller than her.
Oh,
Look, I can only tell you what she told me, but the point I'm trying to make is if you have a height requirement, right? I think that probably stops you from finding the proper person for you. If there's
okay.
so many little things that stop us from doing that.
Are you going to be with a woman that you're not physically attracted to?
Let me say it like this. E- So that may be a yes, well, I mean, it may be a yes, and let me give you an example, right?
Please do.
So I can be a sapiosexual, right? So I love intelligence. There's something so attractive about an intelligent human being, and just an intelligent woman, man. Just having a conversation with her, and there's something really attractive about that. And if I can keep my eyes closed long enough, then maybe, So I'm not gonna say I'm not ever gonna rule it out, maybe. But a fupa flapping around, that's not gonna work out. But just not,
But a
you know.
fupa flopping around, and she is intelligent, which you like. I mean, beyond, like beyond.
I mean,
Then
I don't want to
what do
go.
we?
I don't want to go all the way there because you're painting a really bad picture. How about this? Let's say this. Let's say her face wasn't a 10. Let's say she was like a 5 in the face, a 4 in the face, right?
Hmm.
But she got ass like a stallion, and she's very intelligent. I can make that work.
Okay, so I because the reason why I was asking is because you were saying how the woman, one of the reasons, or what she told you, she stayed in the relationship or wanted the relationship or got married was because of his height. And
Hmm.
so what I wanted to say, if he was shorter than her, and that's something that she's not going to be attracted to, then you have to be attracted, right? And so I really have a hard time because I know men are physical, so it's kind of hard for me to believe shorter than her, and that's something that she's not going to be attracted to.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I wanted to. I was trying to respond to Nicole because
Mhm.
Nicole said "fupa but beautiful," and I ain't seen that yet, Nicole. I'm sorry.
Don't don't don't
Seen
worry, don't worry about all that.
that.
What you just have to stay focused to the question. It was a question mark, not even an exclamation mark. It was a question mark.
Yeah, fupa but beautiful. I don't
So
know about that.
so you were sold on a BBL. So you cool with a BBL. So she got a big
I,
wagon. Or that's what.
I didn't say a BBL. I didn't say a BBL. I said she had a nice ass, which is not a BBL. I wouldn't. I don't think I would do a BBL. The point I'm trying to make is, I think we have to deprioritize certain things because we prioritize other things that are a little more important in a relationship. You know, I think there are some things that you need. Of course, you have to be attracted to the person that you're with. Yes, but you know, to simply rule somebody out because of something so superficial, if that only that one thing, I don't know. That might be, maybe that's not right. Especially height. They have no
And
control over their height.
and sometimes people don't have control over their weight and stuff too. You are aware of that, right?
You got control over a fupa, right? I mean,
You,
you don't have to have a fupa, do you?
some people don't have control. Sometimes their weight stuff that is medical reasons sometimes.
Okay, well, if it's
So
a medical reason, I can excuse it. If it's a, how about this? If it is a medical reason, I will give this caveat. If it's a medical reason, then possible that I could, deal with that. I would struggle, but maybe.
okay. So so that those to me you have to be mindful of. You have to be mindful of that too. I think like just being mindful of both sides of it, right? So because you can't complain about a woman that's tripping about height and not also turn it around and consider weight could be something as well. That's something that can be someone's in their control.
Well, okay, that's fair enough. I think that we mostly hear women complaining, though. Men don't usually complain about those things. Men will date a short woman, um, so you don't really hear that. But a lot of women have a height requirement. They have a wage requirement. Men don't have that either. They have a good hair requirement. Men don't necessarily have that. So, you know, it's one of
What
those
about
things.
the D? What if there's
What
a
about it?
what
I've
about
never had
if
an issue in that department. What are you trying to say?
Brooks, you're not even let me let me get it out.
The jokes just write themselves. I'm sorry.
No, that seemed like that was a little whoa, I couldn't even get it out. Like, is
All right, what are
this
you
is
saying? What are
if
you saying? What
someone
about
is
the D? What are you
lacking
saying?
in that in the D area,
Okay, so I mean, but the question is, if it's something that somebody can't do anything about, but you love them, right, and they're wonderful in every other aspect, then that's when you have to start, you know, evaluating, right? Because nobody's perfect across the board, right?
and that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think men and women. You said why does she still hang out with Pookie?
Mm-hmm.
She sees qualities in Pookie, or she sees Pookie more than Pookie. Because women do that. Women can see men qualities and stuff that they have that they don't even see. And that's what I talk about, a good quality woman, how they can bring out those things, right? So why does she hang out with him? Because she sees quality in him. But if a man doesn't always stick around to see if, like, is a man sticking around to have her lose her weight, things like that, or get with a woman that, because weight can go up and down. That's no big deal. You can change that all day long. That's not a big deal.
The expectations are the societal expectations are different. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
And so, like for instance, uh, you can tolerate a shallow woman.
Oh,
What are you doing? You've
sorry.
gone dark. All right. So here's the deal. So you say a man that's lacking in the D department, right? Have you ever heard the counter to that? Are you okay over there? I don't know what the hell's going on now. Your volume is gone. Mm-hmm.
This internet is acting a nut tonight. It does not want us to be great.
I don't know what you're doing now. We were doing so well. We were doing very well, and then you got to start playing with your computer. Yeah, Nicole, she got me with the cleaning lady. It's a mess.
Go ahead and answer some questions in the chat. I'm gonna try to see if I can make sure this
Okay, there
internet
you
is
go.
getting a
You're
little
better
better.
now. You're better now.
Okay.
So have you
Okay.
have you heard of
Listen
the
to the chat.
opposite? What are you doing with the chat? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say answer some questions in the chat real fast.
Okay, no problem. So let's see. Reginald said no, she didn't want to see that. It was like, why you want to cheat with well, Reggie's on fire. So Nicole said, Brooks, if you were feeling overwhelmed, but she didn't. Oh, okay. How would one approach if you were feeling overwhelmed? I think the same way, Nicole. I think it's just but it's got to be out of love. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just come and tell me. Hey, you know what? I'm feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot of things going on, and you know, I'm struggling to handle it, and I need some help. But now, keep in mind, you can't be overwhelmed for every damn thing. That would be a problem for me. Um, so my level of expectation would be that it, you're overwhelmed because you have a lot of things going on, not just regular shit. So that's just my opinion. You back?
I am so irritated tonight with this.
What you got going? Okay, so Jamaica, have you heard the opposite? So men don't get rid of women because they're shallow.
They don't. What do they
Typically,
do with them? They cheat. What do they do?
well, you work with them.
Really?
Yeah. So when I was in college, I don't know if I ever told you this. Uh, Me and some friends did an exhaustive, peer-reviewed research project, and we found that women 5'5" and shorter Did I ever tell you this?
Yes, you done told me this
Okay,
mess.
well there you go. So we found
Go
women
ahead. No,
five
go
five
ahead
and
and
shorter.
share the mess with the people. Go
Well,
ahead.
we found that women 5'5" and shorter can't take the D. Now, keep in mind, uh, the study's ongoing. Okay, it hasn't ended yet. It's 99.9875%. Okay, that's been the study. Now, do we throw women back who are 5'5" and shorter? Sure, we don't. Not at all. There's a good women that are 5'5" and shorter. That's all I'm saying. You know, so we don't let that stop us.
Okay.
So if we can be accepting, why can't women?
Where's that study from? I'm
Virginia
curious.
Virginia Union University.
You never showed it to me. You only shared it, but you never showed it to me, right?
Like I said, the jokes just write themselves.
Whatever. I am done. I don't even know what that. I don't even know what I said that time.
Don't worry, we'll talk offline.
Nicole, you said he might be right. So you said that's not even a topic tonight, is it? What has happened? Let me get let me with that statement. The statement about the five. What does it say it again, Brooke? Women under 5'5"
Five,
or
five and below.
5 and 5. Okay, 5 below.
Yeah, it's five and below. They're runners. Now that's what our research has shown. We haven't been with every woman on the planet that's five and below, but
So they're saying majority of the women that are
right now
five.
it's 99.9875%.
That is freaking false. S.
Look, I'm just reporting the news. Don't get mad at me.
Okay, Brooks. Good Lord. Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Do you think that men who that stay around that the men who keep women around that don't see a future with them, do you would you consider them as being selfish?
I mean, you'd have to, right? I mean, you really that. I mean, you'd have to.
Okay. And
Yeah.
the whole running from the D,
Uh
we're gonna
huh.
explore that. We're gonna explore that and
How tall
something
are you
else.
again?
Huh?
How tall are you again?
I'm 5 feet even.
Oh, okay, no problem. Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah. So you said they are so I don't even know why you do this stuff. It's absolutely uncalled for. It really truly is. And I'm gonna have to start practicing with you. we gonna have we're gonna have to have a script.
Okay, all right, go
I'm
ahead.
5 foot even.
Okay.
So whatever. I don't know about that study. I don't know. I don't know about the study, but I think that percentage is way high. I'm just saying, like I just like way think that's way crazy. Like way crazy.
Mm, okay. All right.
Okay, so you do think it's selfish. Do you think they have an obligation to um if they see the woman is maybe falling a little more or falling for that guy for you, do you think
Hmm.
it's your responsibility to back up out of that situation, or do you still just stay there for the treats and the
So I think it's my responsibility to do no harm, right? I mean, the whole thing is, look, you can stay there as long as you want. Everybody's good, but don't hurt that person. Don't be hurtful. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be mean.
okay, Brooks, I hear that. What
Hmm.
I'm asking you, what is that looking like? You're getting the food or whatever you're getting from that relationship that you know is not going any further, you know that, and you might have even expressed that in the beginning, but now you see this woman is falling more because you are taking a lot of her time, you are spending a lot of time with her, for whatever reason,
Hmm.
you guys, I should say, you guys are spending a lot more time with each other. Is it your responsibility, or do you think you have some kind of something that you need to do if you're saying, because what I'm saying is sometimes a woman may not even know that that's what's going on, but you may
Hmm.
see she's kind of tripping a little more,
Hmm.
and you still, I just, she's not going for the long haul, she's just here for this. Do you think it's your responsibility, or you should be obligated to
No, I mean you're not. I'm not obligated to do any more than I want to do, and she's not obligated to do any more than she wants to do. What I do, and I will say it again. Don't do any harm. You
I,
don't hurt that person.
I
But
don't think you
if
understand what
you
I'm saying.
okay, I'm sorry.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you're saying you don't get to hurt the person, but what I'm saying is, no, you don't get to hurt the person, but you see that she's knee deep in it and you're not.
Hmm.
Are
Yes,
you back?
I thoroughly understand what you're saying. And just because love is unrequited does not rob you of the experience of either being loved or loving someone else.
So
Does that make sense?
are you having the conversation with her, or are you stepping away from that relationship, or whatever, that, stepping away because you're seeing that she's getting more attached to you, is what I'm asking.
No. Not if I'm having a good time and everything is as I want it to be. Why would I do that?
Because you just said that you should not be hurting, and by you staying in that, and you see that she's developing more, she's, her level where she's at is much more than what you are going to ever give her. You don't think it's fair for you to say, to pretty much set her free from herself. Sometimes, you know a kid doesn't see that the car is coming, but I'm going to pull. You told her don't play. You told your kid don't play in the street, don't play in the street. But the kid go play in the street, and here come a car. You're not going to let the car hit the child, right? You're going to go pull the child out. Sometimes, do you think that is your job to pull that woman out because you see this train wreck coming at the end of
This
this?
woman is having the experience of a lifetime. She's happy. She's having a great time. She's enjoying company with a wonderful man. Um, I don't see a reason to end that experience when she's happy and things are good. No,
So
no.
short term versus long term, Brooks.
Hmm.
So short term, that is what it is. But long term, now she coming over your house, breaking all the windows up. Do you think you could have prevented the windows and the tires being slashed? I'm just saying, if we're talking about Shaquita,
Well, look, okay, so let me say it like this. Um,
because her feelings is hurt.
I don't I don't think everything has to end badly either. I think that um, you both had a great time together, and things come to an end. It doesn't have to be a negative interaction at the end of the relationship. It could be positive. Like maybe I might have to move away for work. You know, any number of things could happen, and she doesn't want to move away from her family or her kids or whatever the case may be. There could be a bunch of things that could happen, or maybe she's a great person, and it's not going any further because she has a psycho ass ex, and she's got two kids that I don't fucking want to be involved with. It could be any number of things.
So the reason why you don't want to be in the relationship, and that's not what I want is to understand. This is what, okay, let me tell you this. There's
Hmm.
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
A lady was in a situation like what we're talking about for 20 years with the man. 20 years.
Hmm.
He was not going to pursue her, but he took a lot of her time out. They spent a lot of time together, whatever, how that looked, right?
Hmm.
20 years she was in that relationship. You don't feel, and she was deep in the relationship, way more than he was. So you don't think he's obligated to, because I feel like, aren't we responsible for each other?
He
Just
gave
as
that woman
humans.
the best 20 years of her life. That woman was happy as hell.
Or was she?
Well, I mean, according to the
She
story, she was happy. And here's the
no,
thing.
she wanted. She always wanted more, though. So it wasn't that she
What do you
was.
mean wanted more? She was in love with this man. She was deeply in love with this man.
She
She was
wanted
having a
more.
relationship.
She
What is
wanted
more?
more. A relation for a
Well,
future.
weren't they living together?
No, no, no. This she
Oh,
was
okay.
the
I'm sorry.
other. No, she was like the other one. Like she was. She was just not with them, but it wasn't a relationship. Is this what we're talking about? That she's it was a man that kept this woman um around, but
Uh-huh.
he wasn't seeing a future with her.
So
It
okay.
wasn't.
So they weren't living together. They
No,
weren't together. They just saw each other from time to time.
they were this situation, this topic that we're talking about tonight. That is a man who keeps
Okay.
a
And,
woman
and she
around
and
that he
she
sees
wanted
no
more.
future with. Yes,
Okay. So if that's the issue, then that's being hurtful. Then no, you shouldn't
yes.
do that. So if that
That's
is
what
the
I'm talking about.
situation, yeah, if that's the
That's what I'm.
situation, then yeah, you gotta let that go because that's not right. If that's the situation, but if you guys are living together and you're
No,
just
I'm
not
not.
gonna marry her,
No, I'm not talking about that. I don't
okay,
think
fair enough.
any. I don't
Okay,
think all relationships in that way. There's all kind of different way you can be in relationships, right? I'm
agreed,
speaking of
agreed.
a man. This topic, a man knowingly knows he's not going to be with that woman, has no future for her, but
Hmm.
he allows her to be around and stick around for 5, 6, 20 years, and she's falling more and more and more for him, and he knows. Is it his responsibility to go, whoa, I see that Shaquita is, really more into me than I'm into her?
And
Or
I think he does, especially if he has another relationship going on that he is serious about. He is going to do something else. Then yeah, I think yeah. Then I
okay,
think I think he does have a duty to then let that go because that's unhealthy, and again that's being hurtful, that's being manipulative, that's not
I
good.
think so too.
Yeah.
So William says, wow, I know a couple like this, 21 years in a relationship, but he doesn't want to get married because he went through a bad divorce before they met. That to me is a little different. That person, they're in a relationship, and he's just afraid or doesn't want to go down the marriage situation. But but they can still be long. What is those, like, long life relationship? What's it called?
Yeah,
Long partner,
they could be long-term relationship, and that relationship can look a
soulmates.
million
You know how
different
you
ways.
have the soulmates
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, absolutely.
So that to me is a little bit different. I'm talking about a guy that they just kind of hang out with each other. No one has a title. No one has anything. And so they just spend a lot of time together. There's no commitment or anything like that. No one said anything, but they kind of they're kind of in a relationship, but not in a relationship.
Man, I take a long time before I'll say I'm in a relationship with somebody. So I mean, I don't, so I guess I can kind of commiserate with him on that one. So I'm not real quick to put titles on things or whatever. And I just like to let things get to where they're gonna go on their own. And so,
Yeah.
you just end up kind of in a great space. So
Yeah. I think that some of the reasons, I had put on my little notes that some of the reasons for, well, we talked about convenience. That's what you started off with, convenience.
hmm
And then the fear of being lonely, an ego boost, and then
hmm
avoidance of discomfort,
hmm
not wanting to break it off, like, so those are some of the reasons I guess men will do it. I think the let me see. So would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what I want to lead with is, or kind of conclude with, I want women to hopefully hear this. I believe there are women that are in these situations or will be in these kind of a situation, and I don't want them to come to year 20 and be like, whoa, I'm in this whole situation and it's not going anywhere. So I think women, we have to accept the truth. He don't want to be with you.
Mm, okay.
He- we have to accept the truth. We have to stop trying to fix or convince. If I just stay around here, if I just, hold on a little bit longer, it's going to be my turn. And we have to set hard deadlines, that I can still remain, be your friend, but I'm going to have to also you know, get my life going on as well. Because I know what women do a lot of times, they put their, I want, even if they're not in a relationship, they may still spend, we're more dedicated and committed to our ships, relationships, friendships, so we will cut everything off and just, so I don't think we should do that. um if you're dealing with some self-worth, you're going to have to work that out. Your value, you have to understand where you at with that. Fode, what do you mean, be more specific about which one? Let me know. And the hard deadlines is if it says if he is vague or not. If he's vague, you have to give yourself a strict time limit to walk away so you don't waste years in limbo. So that's the hard deadline. You don't just get to just allow it to happen, and then you're at the 21st year of, this is my friend, and you're not living your life. You're just there for him and him and his life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We both learned a lot tonight.
So is there any questions or anything? I'm just going to go through the chat for a second and make sure that I didn't leave anything out. And again, I thank you guys for your patience with my Wi-Fi tonight. I pay a lot of money for this Wi-Fi, and I'm about to be upset. So Reggie Cousin said, my opinion, women, please take accountability of your decisions that you make when you decide to stay. Don't count on them, man, telling you when it's time to leave. That's a good point. And like I did ask questions like, do you think the man is your responsibility to, you see something that she's getting more attached or whatever is your responsibility? I just feel like if we, I understand that. I don't think it should be on the man, but I also do think that we should be obligated not to take advantage of people. And if we see that that person is getting more attached and that person doesn't realize it, why can you not be the one to say, hey, let me try to get this back? Let me try to help her out. 'Cause if you're not trying to hurt her, right? So I don't know. And I do think it is her responsibility to see that she is getting too deep into something and she needs to back out too. I just think it's everybody's responsibility. Just like you have those looking at you, evaluating your marriage or your relationship, I think you need to evaluate that kind of a situation as well. You
Yeah,
know?
I can't disagree with that.
Okay. So we've been on here for quite some time. I think this was a good conversation. What do you think?
I think so. I think we've learned a lot tonight. Learned a lot about Jameka. It's been very interesting.
Learned about a lot about me.
Yeah, we learned a lot about you tonight. I think it's very interesting. I enjoyed our communication. We kind of went over your communication style and gave you
You-
some new tools. I think that was really good. You know,
yeah.
we learned that you're a runner. I mean, that was interesting as well.
Because of
Um,
my height. Because of my height.
there were some other things that you said, but we're going to leave it at the height
Wait,
and
so you
leave
learned
it right
about
there.
I'm a runner because of my height, because that'd be the only thing that you could have assessed that with, right?
Let's just leave it there. We'll
Okay.
just keep it right there for now, and that'll be that. So what we did learn some things. You know, so
And you are aware that this is not my this is not for me. This is for all of us to learn and grow and to right.
I think we're all learning. You know, I'm
Okay.
learning about you, they're learning about each other, you're learning about you and everybody else. We're all learning at one time.
Okay. I'm glad we're all
Yeah,
learning.
we're,
That
we're
is
all
the
learning.
goal.
We're all learning.
Long as long as we're learning. Long as we're learning.
Thank you so
Okay.
much for having me, though. I appreciate it.
I always enjoy you. Someone says, I like the 5 foot study. That is crazy. Don't always, we're going to have him bring proof next time he come up.
William know what's going on.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I would like to say thank you so much for coming up and getting undressed with us and chatting about it. I want to thank all my friends tonight for coming and joining us tonight while we talked about this topic tonight, and for all of you getting undressed in the chat. They were busy in the chat. They got active in the chat. I love some activity in the chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're gonna come back next week. Same time. I will be out of town, but I'm still gonna come on, and it's gonna be a little twist next week. So come back. It's gonna be exciting. It gets I'm gonna be very vulnerable next week. So I'm going to put it on the table, going to explore some my childhood, why I got into some relationships and why I probably stayed or didn't stay, or how it has my childhood affected some of my relationships. That's going to be fun. And then it will be a milk host up here as well next week. So we will explore that. And then we will have Brooks back again, of course. And I'm going to have some more eye candy up here for the ladies. And ladies, be prepared. We're going to have about 4 or 5 men come up in a couple of weeks. And men, be prepared. We're going to have a couple of grown and sexy ladies come up where we're going to be talking. In our PJs. So we're going to be having a discussion in our PJs over some cocktails or some water, whatever you do. But come back and join us. I appreciate you all. This has been fun tonight, and I will see you next week, Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
All right.
Come back and get undressed, and let's chat about it. Bedroom Noise signing off. Bye, Brooks.